Let's start by making an account. This is going to represent a bank account. So an account has a balance, and it might have a name. So let's put some common actions that we might have in an account. Deposit, and that's going to take an amount. So what we can do is we can go to the balance, and we can modify that amount. And so we can test that out right here. We can see that comes back with $200. Another method we might want is a withdrawal. And we can see that it drops down. So how would we go about making this a immutable object? So what you might think here is that if we add freeze to each of these variables, that we can ensure that the state of this object does not change. But when we look at balance, since that it is a fixed nums are already frozen, and any operations we do, like the plus, is actually going to return a new instance. So let's go ahead and remove these and try a different approach. Another thing we can do is actually have this return a new instance of itself. It's actually, when we do a deposit, it's going to return us a new account. Account 2. And we can see that it has the $200, and it does not have the withdrawal. So let's go ahead and make this change everywhere. And let's set this to account 2, and then ultimately account 3. And we can put out the balance of the original account and see that it hasn't changed. So we can see that we get 100 for the original amount, and then we deposit 100 and take away 99. All right, so something to clean this up is usually I like to make mutable methods that return copies of themselves into past tense to make it clear, a little bit clearer and different to what we're doing, that we're not actually mutating the object itself. Then we're going to do a little refactor. We'll just remove some of this duplication a little bit. And instead we can just call updated here and not include the name. And we can see that all of this code will continue working. Get the 100 and 101. So if you're like me, you'll think this is pretty cool. But why in practice would you want to do this? Well, there are many reasons to have immutable objects. Some of them can just be ease of understanding the system, knowing that the object that you're looking at can't be mutated. A certain set of features could be easier when doing immutable objects as well. If we wanted to track the state of account over time, having immutable objects could be a very good way of doing that. And lastly, when working in a multi-threaded environment, using a mutable object can reduce the occurrence of bugs. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.